back to my channel. My name is Jasmine. If you don't know, now you do. And different scenery because I am just wanting to sit down and talk with you guys. I usually film at like my little station that I do all my makeup, but I honestly just wanted to sit, chill, talk with you guys. And I just wanted this video to be all about my makeup palettes because I do have too many, like too many freaking palettes. So just grab a snack, grab a drink, whatever floats your boat, and let's get right to it. Alright, so because I'm sitting on the ground, I felt like it would be a little easier to show you. This is what I put all my makeup in. It is a 3-tier little like basket thing, and I keep all my eyeshadow palettes in here, my blushes, bronzers, all that goody stuff here, and then the last one, I actually just keep kind of like my new items or like my lashes, things like that on the very bottom. Of course, want to get like more storage, but I don't have quite a bit of space in here. So as of right now, this is what I got and it works for me. And then I always put stuff on top too. I have like my little organizers, but let me show you some of my palettes. All right, so like I said, all my palettes are in here, and let me tell you, this baby is filled. Like, these all don't even fit in here. That's why I have them on top. But I'll start with some of them that are in here, and then of course go to the ones that are on top that I usually have right on the side by my chair. But let's see. Okay, so the first two ones are these Juvia's Place palettes. This one, of course, you've seen in my last video. I ended up loving this little palette. I want to get the berries one as well, but I do love this. The next one is the Zoo palette, which looks like this. Once again, I love Juvia's Place palettes, so this is, of course, one of my faves. I love the colors. It's definitely so pigmented, as you can see, and even like the shimmers, they are gorgeous. Like, look at these. Look at that. Look at that. And then for the next one, it is the Jaclyn Hill original palette, like the original, even before they redid it. This is her, and this is honestly a holy grail. I absolutely love this palette. I think it's so unique.
Oh my God.
Of course, it's very used, very abused, because I absolutely love this palette. I think it's super wearable. It has neutrals, it has pops of color, and I actually want to get a new one. This color right here is one of my favorites of all time, and I'm already way past hitting pan. Ooh, let me get back in the frame. I am way past hitting pan, so I actually might want to get this pretty soon. I've had this for quite some time, and I mean, like, when did this come out? 2017, 2016, so already 3-4 years. Your girl needs a new one. All right, and then let's see. Let me pull a couple out. All right, so then I have the Honey by ColourPop. If you love yellows, you would love this. And then I have the Morphe X Manny MUA Glam Palette. This comes with not only shades of eyeshadow, but it comes with 2 highlighters, which this one is newer. This just came out this year. Yeah, it just came out this year. And I love this one. And then, of course, I have my Mini Breaker by Jeffree Star. Absolutely love this palette. It is so gorgeous. And then, of course, next I have the Vault, which is all 4 of Jaclyn Hill's collab with Morphe. This one was separate than that one. These, I believe, came out in 2017, but I do have all of them. I'll be honest with you, they all were pretty decent. They weren't like my favorite palettes, but I do love the color stories of all of them. If I had to choose which one was my favorite, I'd probably say, which one is this one? The Armed and Gorgeous, which was the greens and the golds and like the bronzies. This was probably my favorite. And then I actually really liked, which one is this one? Bling Boss. I thought the colors worked really well. But, I mean, I use all of them. I'll be honest, once again, I've had them for so long. I really need to, like, use them up and use as much as I can. It's just hard to let go of makeup. Actually, when you pay, like, good money for these palettes, you don't want to let them go. So, I completely understand, but, girl, we will go through this process together. Y'all should declutter today or during this time that we're in quarantine and just go through stuff that you don't even use no more. All right, and then next are my Anastasia collection. She has so many palettes, way more than this. She has, you know, like the Soft Glam. She has Subculture, you know, a whole bunch of other ones. And then all of the new, like, Carly Bible and Jackie Aina, like all of those collabs they just did. But these are the only ones I have. Which I have the Norvina, I have the one and only Modern Renaissance, I have the Rivera palette, and then of course I have the Prism, which if you've seen my last video, I did use her, and I'm about to let her go, but it's just so hard. Yeah, I absolutely love these palettes. The Modern Renaissance is a cult favorite. It's definitely more of like the neutrals and like a little bit of pink, but it's still very neutral, which I actually haven't used her in a while, so I probably should use her soon. Of course, another one I absolutely love is this Rivera palette. It's so colorful and honestly, just love the colors. Very bright. Not the best swatches, but very bright, very colorful, and they definitely blend really well. So I do love this palette. And I'll be honest with you, this Norvina palette, I wasn't the biggest fan of. I mean, they're pretty colors, and this one I didn't hit pan on. I actually, did I drop it? I think I dropped it or I like scraped it, but I definitely did not hit pan on this pink one. Because I mean, it's pretty, but it wasn't like wow to me, you know? And then I just feel like these colors right here, I already had in the Modern Renaissance palette. So, I mean, it was pretty, but it just, I didn't really use it as much. And it's just, you know, okay to me, I guess. All right, and then next is going to be this palette. This is the Morphe Dare to Create, the 39A palette. This was limited edition. I want to say it came out in 2017, Christmas 2017, and it is a pretty palette. I mean, I don't personally think we need all of these crease colors, but this is a pretty palette, and I didn't use it quite as much as I thought I was going to use it, but I mean, it is limited edition, so you can't really get it anyway. So yeah, I'm just ready to let her go. I don't use her, and I might as well see if my sister or like my grandma or someone else who uses her. So all right, and then next is this, another Morphe palette. Yeah, I know I have quite a bit of Morphe palettes. Those were kind of the ones that I first started off with when I started with makeup, so I do have quite a bit. This one is newer. This is the James Charles palette, which, ooh, when did that come out? I do not remember that one being completely gone, but I'll be honest with you, I'm not the biggest fan of this palette. Like, some of the colors are okay. I mean, obviously it looks like a gorgeous palette, but when I used it, I just felt like a lot of them didn't blend as well, and they honestly were just colors that I had in my other palettes. Let's see, so that's couple of the colors, and don't get me wrong, like, they're pigmented, but I don't know, I just feel like they didn't blend that well, and they were kind of chalky. I mean, like I said, you know, I have done looks with them in the past, but I don't know, like, I just don't reach for this palette like I thought I was gonna, and honestly, I would give it a pass. Like, I know it's pretty, and I know, like, you gravitate towards those colors, but girl, you could get other palettes, and I mean, don't get me wrong, like, it's a really good deal because it's, what, $39 for this, all these colors. This, and I know this was, like, people's, like, big-time palettes, but I try to use it, and it just, I don't gravitate towards it. Like, I'm sorry. All right, and then for the next one is the Zodiac palette by BH Cosmetics. My sister actually got me this palette for my birthday slash Christmas. And these colors are seriously, oh my god, did I just stick my nail into that? Anyways, this palette is so gorgeous. Not only does it look pretty with this holographic, but the actual colors are super, super pretty. And I love that it has all of the shimmers, and then it has all of the mattes right here. And then this is actually a highlight shade, which, let's see, boom, not the best swatch, but it is pretty. And honestly, I've used this a couple times. I need to start using it a little more. I said my goal by going through all of these eyeshadows is to use them more. So I definitely want to use this a lot more. But I think it is so pretty. And the times that I have used it, the quality has been really, really good. So I'm definitely looking forward to using this more. All right, and then next are these two little bad boys. These are the Alameda Cosmetics palettes. They do only have two right now, which is the original, which I did do in a video previously, which is more neutrals. And then this one is, what's the name of this one? Oh, this is just volume 2. And these colors are gorgeous as well. I actually haven't used this palette in a while, so I know I keep repeating myself, but I definitely want to use her more. But I love these palettes. I want to say they're like $28. I think I want to say they're like $28 a piece, but they are so good, such good quality, and you're also supporting a fellow Hispanic. So honestly, I recommend these palettes to anyone. I'll be honest, I did get these in my BoxyCharm, but I'm so glad I did, and now I want to buy more stuff from them. So you did see this one previously. This was the Fenty one that I did get in my BoxyCharm, but I do love her. If you didn't see that video, go check it out right after this one. And then I also have, let's see, the Dominique Cosmetics Celestial Thunder palette. I think this palette is so pretty. This was the mini version. They do have like the bigger version with more colors in it, but her shadows are seriously so good. She is a fellow YouTuber here on YouTube, and she does have her own line. She does have already a couple palettes out, and one of my favorite lip glosses is actually the Dominique Cosmetics Peach Tea one, so definitely check them out. Alright, and then my next palette is actually this bad boy. This is the Warrior 3 by Juvia's Place. Honestly, I think this packaging is not only gorgeous, but the palette itself, the colors, the eyeshadows, they work so well. Like I keep saying, and I will keep saying it, you need some Juvia's Place shadows in your life. Don't get intimidated because they're super colorful. They do have like neutral palettes. I think it's like the Nubian 2 or the Nubian something like that. The Warrior. They have a couple of them that are more neutral, but like honestly their formula is what makes them. Like their formula is so freaking good. And then next is this Baked Browns Dose of Colors palette. Very basic, very neutral palette. I'll be honest with you, it was okay. This bad boy is like $30 something, which it's pretty, but I would not pay that much, especially for what, 5 shadows? Girl, no. But I did get it in my BoxyCharm, so I just kept her. All right, and then next is this Morphe and Jeffree Star palette. It is gorgeous. Of course, has all these greens, a little bit of cool tone, some pinkies, and also has a big mirror, which I love. But I actually got this palette when I went to go see Jeffree Star downtown. So if you didn't know, Jeffree Star actually was here when they opened up the Morphe store in the Water Tower. Oh, I just hit myself. The Water Tower Mall last year. So when they opened up the Morphe store, of course they had like the meet and greets and stuff like that. But it was like random selection in order to meet him, so unfortunately I was not chosen. But it was really cool seeing him and Nate there, and I picked up the palette. So I think it is a gorgeous palette. It blends very well. I actually think this is on sale right now for $18. I believe on Morphe.com. I'm not too sure about Ulta, but definitely check it out on Morphe. And then next is this Violet Voss Pro palette. She is beautiful. She is neutrals all day day. And then she has a big mirror. And honestly, this is my only Violet Voss palette, and I think it works really well, I'll be honest with you. Everything blends really good. Everything is really creamy, so I do love her. Girl, my eyelash is just not cooperating today. So if you see her like look a little funky, I'm sorry. This is the 3502 Morphe palette. Oh, I've had her for a good minute. I actually got this when I was working at Ulta a couple years back. What has it been, like 2 years? I think it's been like 2 years, but I got her back then, and I'll be honest with you, I don't reach for her. I mean, I like these little colors right here, like these little bright colors right in this section, but I use none of those. I don't really use any of those. I mean, they're pretty browns, but I have so many palettes, and as you can tell, palettes like this or like palettes like this, I already have these colors, and I don't even really need to like bring out this big palette every time. So she's pretty, but I think I'm ready to let her go and use my other palettes. And then for my next one, this is the new Jaclyn Hill palette. This is her volume 2. I absolutely love this palette. It is so colorful, so pretty. It's actually what I have on my eyes today, and I love her. And this honestly goes so well with like the first palette, because let me show you. These two palettes definitely complement each other. Sorry, let me move back a bit. But this one is like your more neutrals, your more everyday, and then here's your pop of colors. So what I would recommend, honestly, I love all of these palettes, but if you want like inexpensive, very good quality, I would actually just get these two, because you have all your neutrals in this one, and then you have all your pops of color in this one, and you could do so many looks. Like, do you see this? You could do so many looks with these two palettes, and honestly, that's why they're my favorite, because not only is it blending well, not only do they work really well, like, they're really good quality, and besides that, they're inexpensive. So that's why I always recommend these to people. But just to show you the ones side by side, that's how they look. And then for this one, this is my Juvia's Place Magic palette. I scraped out a lot of them because they're already not working as well, and I'll be honest with you, I'm probably gonna just let this go very, very soon, if not like today. I absolutely love this palette. When I first got it, it's honestly been like 4 years, 5 years maybe even. I think I got this back in like 2015 or 2016, so she is definitely expired, but she is a gorgeous palette. They do have a mini version of this, which if you are looking into, I know it sucks because I scraped out a lot of them, so you can't even see all the colors, but I'll put a pic up of how it looks. And honestly, this palette was such good quality. I want to let her go, but now I don't even use her. I don't use any of these colors no more. So I think I'm actually just gonna let her go and throw her away. So I think you could pick it up actually at Ulta, and then of course their website as well. But I would definitely recommend this one as well. All right, guys, you made it to the very end, and I'm so proud of you, because I know I have a lot of shit, and it just was a lot to handle. But you made it to the very end, and I actually only have 3 palettes left, and I actually left them for a purpose because I never even used them, and one of them is still in its packaging. So I wanted to just show you the new ones that I got and show you what I'm going to use soon. First one is the Jeffree Star Alien palette. I do apologize. I know I'm featuring this on my channel, but it is discontinued. I got it in his mystery box for February, and I wanted this palette so bad, and I can't believe they actually discontinued it, but they surely did, and I haven't used it. I haven't swatched it, but these colors are absolutely gorgeous. They're not everyone's cup of tea because it is a lot of like greens and like cool tones, but girl, I be loving all colors, so I'm really excited to use this. And it comes with like a cool shaped mirror. Hello. But yeah, I am super excited to use this. You will definitely see this in a future video, but I have not used it yet. I apologize once again. It is discontinued, so you can't get her, but I'm just excited to finally be able to use her because that packaging is so cute. And next is this Storybook Fairy Tales palette. I think this is so cute. It looks like a little book. Like if you would just place that somewhere, you would definitely think it was a book, but it's actually an eyeshadow palette, which it looks so cute. Let me actually bend this back. So like I said, it looks like the little book, like the pages, and they do have really pretty colors in here, as well as a huge mirror. So that is pretty. I did get this in my BoxyCharm, so I'm really excited to try this. I love, of course, colors like this. Even the other colors are pretty, so I'm actually really excited to try this. I've never tried anything from Storybook Cosmetics. They're the ones that actually have like the burn book or like other little... I do have one last palette, and it is this big bad boy right here. I know I showed you the mini breaker, which is the little small one, but this is actually the full-size palette. I, once again, have not swatched her. I have not used her. She's still in her little box, but this palette is so gorgeous. I just wanted to, like, dedicate a whole video to her, but this is how she looks like. So gorgeous. She is so pretty, so bright, so vibrant. And honestly, if you don't like rainbow colors, of course you're not gonna like this palette, but this palette just drew me right in. Like, I love playing with color, like, obviously, but this palette just makes me want to do so many different looks. And I honestly want to dedicate a video to using her because, like I said, I haven't used her yet, but I surely will. These are definitely like spring colors, so I am ready to give her a go. So yeah, that was all my eyeshadow palettes. I know, like, I have a lot. I appreciate you guys if you stuck to the very end. I know it was a lot of palettes, but I just wanted to sit down, talk makeup. I know it's been a very stressful time with this whole like coronavirus and everyone staying at home and just feeling like stressed out. So I get it. But I just wanted to sit down, talk some makeup, get your mind off of all that craziness, and I surely hope you enjoyed today's video. Definitely be sure to subscribe and also ring that notification bell so every time I upload a video, you will definitely be notified. And also, you cannot forget, follow my other socials like my Twitter, my Snapchat, my Instagram. They are all the same. It is the Jams2535. And yeah, I want to thank you guys once again, and I would definitely see you in the next one. Bye.